Greetings to all. Now we are going to understand about the chapter of recording of transaction part 1, and in that we are going to learn about meaning of accounting equation where asset is equal to liability plus capital and the format of accounting equation. First, we will understand the meaning of accounting equation. Under this, an accounting equation is a mathematical equation which shows that asset and liabilities are always equal of any of the firm. Now, liabilities includes outside liabilities and capital. Capital means the owner's investment, whatever is there in the business. Therefore, asset is always equal to capital plus liabilities. Now in the sum, whenever there is increase of assets like cash, bank, stock, furniture, debtors, shares, whatever is increasing in the business, then we are supposed to add it, while vice versa, when there is a decrease in the assets, then we have to minus it. Same way, whenever in the liabilities there is an increase like creditors increase or outstanding expenses means yet to be paid, bank loan increases, then we are supposed to add, while at the same time when it is decreasing we are supposed to minus. So when they are coming in the business we are going to add it, when they are going out of the business then we are going to minus it. So in assets and liabilities both have a same logic, while in the capital it will be situated in such a way that if there is an increase, whenever there is an increase in the capital we are going to add, while there is a decrease in the capital then we are going to minus. So there are some of the items like introduction of capital means additional capital in the business or profit in the firm or income or revenue, they all will increase the capital. Vice versa, drawings or loss and expenses will decrease the capital. Now format of accounting equation is in such a form that is serial number, transaction, asset is always equal to liability plus capital. Now let's switch on to sum number 1 of this chapter. These are the numericals from the NCERT which we are going to solve. So prepare accounting equation on the basis of the following. Harsha started business with cash rupees 2 lakhs, while purchased goods from Naman cash rupees 40,000. At the same time sold goods costing 10,000 for rupees 12,000 and bought furniture of credit rupees 7,000. So under this, what are the effects of all that we are going to understand. Now in the first situation, cash increases while the capital increases. Why? See, this effect will be always same. So let's move to the sum. First, have a look on the format so that we can get the idea of this. So looking at the format, you can see here books of Harsha I have mentioned over here, then serial number, particulars, assets, liabilities and capital. So this is the whole structure of accounting equation. Now we are going to solve the sum one by one. So very first transaction, Harsha started business with cash rupees 2 lakhs. So in this case, cash will be here one column to be introduced, that is cash column, and here there will be capital column which is to be introduced. So in both the sides you have 2 lakhs because they both are increasing. So both are increasing, we have to put down over there, and then we have to check your equation is set or not. So here the column will come for the equation. So that will give you 2 lakhs plus 0. Same way 2 lakhs plus 0. So here our equation have been set. Now moving towards the next transaction, purchase goods from Naman for cash. Now here it is mentioned purchase goods from Naman for cash. So party's name is also there and cash word is also there. So when party's name is there and cash word is there, it is implied that this is a cash transaction. Then you don't have to move with any of the creation of debtors or creditors. So make it very clear that when the party's name is there, but cash is mentioned, then party will be not remembered, okay, for that transaction. So in this case, increase here, what you are increasing, so a very simple way you understood that there is increase in goods, so new column will be put down, that is goods, and you will be putting 40,000 over here, and your cash decreases. So besides this cash column we already have prepared for the previous transaction, so 2 lakhs, from 2 lakhs 40,000 will be decreased, and for goods 40,000 will be taken down, while rest remains same. So ultimately 2 lakhs minus 40,000 gives you 1,60,000, 40,000 goods as it is, plus 0, while here capital plus 0, that will give you same scenario. Coming to the third transaction, sold goods to Bhanu costing 10,000 for rupees 12,000. So here what is happening in the sum? Sold goods to Bhanu costing 10,000 for rupees 12,000. So it is very much understood that your goods decrease by 10,000. Here the name of the party is mentioned. When the name of the party is mentioned, that it is implied, it is understood. When the name of party is given, then it is the creation of debtors. Why debtors? Because we have sold the goods. When the goods are sold, creation of debtors is there. Okay, so here we have to prepare new column, debtors. Now 10,000 goods sold for 12,000. So it is understood that there is a profit of 2,000. So profit will always increase capital by 2,000. So here there is an increase of capital 2,000. So looking at this whole scenario, goods increase by 10,000, debtors increase by 12,000, goods decrease by 10,000, capital debtors increase by, or debtors, you can speak whatever way you want, debtors or debtors 12,000, and capital, that is profit, increase by 2,000. So ultimately your equation will be set 1,60,000 plus 30,000 plus 12,000. So that is the total 2,02,000. Same total will be on the liability side also. So this way our liability side also tallies with the both the sides. Now switching towards the last transaction, that is bought furniture on credit for rupees 7,000. So I have purchased a furniture for rupees 7,000. So on credit, the word is mentioned on credit, so there will be new 2 columns prepared. One is furniture itself and one will be the creditors. So creditors will be over here, new column, and the furniture will be your new column over there, right? So now increase in furniture and increase in creditors, so this will be reflecting in the my accounting equation, and final my conclusion will come with this 1,60,000 as it is, 30,000 as it is, 12,000 as it is, 7,000 will be taken down plus 0, and rest on this side, liability side, it will be 2,02,000 plus 7,000. So this way your final total gives you 2,09,000 on both the sides. So this way your full equation will be set up. So your sum number 1 have been over. Now we will be switching to a sum number 2. So here sum number 2, by reading the sum first, you always have to read the sum. Prepare accounting equation from the following. Kunal started business with 2,50,000, purchased furniture of cash rupees 35,000. When cash mentioned, no issues. He paid commission of rupees 2,000. He purchased goods on credit rupees 40,000. He sold goods costing 20,000 for cash and rupees 26,000 for rupees 26,000. So this is the question. Now we are going to solve this stepwise. So very first thing, you have to draw the format: books of Kunal, serial number, particulars, assets, liabilities and capital. Now as your items increases, that is columns increases like cash, furniture, goods, we have to introduce that as well, right? Rest we have to be kept like that only. So very first is Kunal started business with cash rupees 2,50,000. So in this case cash increases, so here cash increases by 2,50,000, that is now understood, and capital increases 2,50,000. So both the sides your equation have been set up. So 2,50,000 on both the sides. Now comes very next is he purchased furniture for cash rupees 35,000. Now furniture is purchased for cash rupees 35,000. So now new column will be introduced, that is furniture of 35,000, and your cash is decreased by 35,000. So looking at this, you will see 35,000 bracket and 35,000 on the furniture increase. So your equation will be set up in the same manner, 2,15,000 plus 35,000, and here on the liability side it will be 2,50,000. So now it is understood that this way your balancing will be carry forward. Then comes your next, he purchased goods on credit for rupees 40,000. So here the goods are purchased, but they are mentioned clearly that it is on credit. So when the goods are on credit, you credit goods will be always creating creditors. Credit goods will always create creditors. So here the name of the supplier, that is creditors, will be one new column will be introduced, and goods will be also new column introduced, that is 40,000. So 40,000 increase this side, and your creditors on the liability side will increase. So ultimately that will give you equation of 2,13,000 plus 35,000 plus 40,000, right? So this way both the sides will tally, and here also 40,000 plus 2,48,000, right? And now comes your next point, and that is switching towards there comes next point, that is he sold goods costing 20,000 for rupees 26,000. So here we have sold them, so goods decrease by 20,000, your cash increases by 26,000, because here cash for cash only they had sold this, and your overall there will be a profit. How come profit? Because goods were sold of 20,000, which was originally sold for how much rupees? 26,000. So 26,000 minus 20,000, so that gives you profit of 6,000. So here shown 6,000 profit, 20,000 is your goods decreased, and 26,000 is your profit. So this way ultimately your situation will come with this, that is the equation of 2,39,000 plus 35,000 plus 20,000, because 40,000 minus 20,000, and on this side 40,000 plus 2,54,000. So ultimately both the side total will give you final answer of 2,94,000. Now we will be moving towards the next sum. Now Mohit, here in the sum the party's name is, firm's name is, owner's name is Mohit. Mohit has the following transaction, prepare accounting equation. Now business started with cash rupees 1,75,000, purchase goods from Rohit rupees 50,000, sales goods on credit to Manish costing 17,500 for rupees 20,000, purchase furniture for office use 10,000, cash paid to Rohit in full settlement 48,500, cash received from Manish 20,000, rent paid is 1,000, and cash withdrawn for personal use is 3,000. So in this whole transaction we are going to locate one by one all the transaction, and then we will be understanding the whole sum. So here only highlighting thing is over here is, you can see here cash paid to Rohit and here cash received from Manish. These both are the transaction which were done previously. So you have to remember this business transaction are in a chronological order, means जब बंदा गुड्स लेता है तभी वो उसको पैसे देने पड़ेंगे, जब वो उसको बेचता है तभी उसके पास पैसे आते हैं, right? So this is only to be remembered that this transaction will be taken place, and you have to remember how to deal with that. Okay, so let's move with the sum so that you can get better idea. So now switching towards the format, you can see the format, books of Mohit, same pattern, same manner, serial number, particular assets, liability plus capital. So in this very first transaction, now the first transaction is very much understood by you people, that business started with cash rupees 1,75,000. So increase in cash and increase in capital. So same, increase in cash and increase in capital. So 1,75,000 plus 0 and 0 plus 1,75,000. Right? So this way first equation is set. Okay, now switching towards the next part, and that is purchase goods from Rohit rupees 50,000. See, in this party's name is particularly specified, so it is credit transaction. It is implied that it is credit transaction. Again I am reading purchase goods from Rohit for rupees 50,000. So new column will be introduced, that is goods and creditors. So goods and creditors are two new columns which will be introduced, and that will be giving you a final equation of 1,75,000 plus 50,000, and same way 50,000 plus 1,75,000. So this way your equation is first is set up. Now we will be switching towards the next part. In the next transaction, sales of goods is done on credit to Manish for costing 17,500 for rupees 20,000. That is, they are selling the goods of 17,500 to Manish on credit, right? On credit. So when there is a sales factor, it will be always debtors. When there is a purchase factor on credit, then it will be creditors. So don't mix up with both of them. So always remember, when there is a customer, you have to write down debtors. When there is a customer, when the customer is there when we are selling. So when there is a customer, it is debtors. And when there is a purchase, means when we are getting supply of the goods, then there will be a creditors. So in this case, goods is decreased by 17,500. That is very much understood now. And here new column debtors will be created, that is 20,000, and creditors, and the capital will be increased by 2,500. Why capital is increased? Because we are earning a profit, that is 20,000 goods are sold, which is originally costing 17,500. So this way we are increasing our profit. Now coming towards the next setting of equation is done. 1,75,000 plus 32,500 plus 20,000 minus from this, and 1,75,000 plus 1,75,000 plus 2,500 gives you 1,77,500. So this way your another session is also completed. Now come to your point, transaction number D. Now transaction number D says that purchase furniture for office rupees 10,000. Now here purchase furniture for office, so it is very much implied new column of furniture will be coming, and your cash decreases. How can you say cash decreases? Nothing is mentioned, it is credit or cash transaction, and at the same time no party's name is mentioned, so it is implied that it will be decrease of cash. So cash decrease by 10,000 and furniture 10,000 increases. So here equation will be set up: 1,65,000, 32,500, 20,000 and 10,000, while here 50,000 and 1,77,500. So this way this is also set. Now switching towards transaction number E. Now this equation, last equation what is there, I had already transferred again over there so that it can be continuous way. So if you are doing in a book, and you are turning to the next page, if you are going to the next page, again you have to jot down that equation so that continuity will be remain. So now I will be switching towards that, and see, you can see over here I had copied down the same equation first, and then I am doing again the next transaction. Now purchase furniture for office use rupees 10,000. This transaction again you don't have to copy, you have to just copy the same thing. I have by mistake done D repeated. So you have to directly go with E, but before that you have to jot down this whole when you are coming to the new page. Okay, so now comes your cash paid to Rohit in full settlement for rupees 48,500. Now this is the Rohit. Rohit is to be now remembered. Now who was the Rohit? Rohit was a person who has been the previously entered as a person to whom we have purchased the goods. See B point, purchase goods from Rohit, right? I'm just highlighting 50,000 is the amount we have to pay him. 50,000 was the amount we have to pay him. So now he has come with the payment to be paid to him. Now we have to pay Rohit 50,000, but here we are paying him 48,500. So here it is implied 50,000 I have to pay. I am paying 48,500. So I am receiving a discount. I am receiving a discount of rupees 1,500. So that is termed as increase of my capital because it is an income. So here cash 1,75,000 was there, 48,500 is decrease in cash. 50,000 of which 50,000 is decrease in liability, that is my creditors decreases, and overall there is increase in capital. So you can see over here that there is an increase in capital of rupees 1,500, right? Then comes your increase in capital 1,500. So my equation will be set up 1,16,500, 32,500 as it is, 20,000 as it is, 10,000 as it is, and plus 0, and here also 1,79,000. So now we are switching towards the next transaction, that is F. Cash received from Manish rupees 20,000. I have received from Manish rupees 20,000. Now who was Manish? Manish was a person who has appeared in transaction number C, to whom I am liable to get 20,000 rupees because he was my debtor. So now look at this, cash received from Manish. So Manish is paying us, Manish is giving us back 20,000 rupees, right? So here my debtors will decrease. You can see over here debtors decrease, and what will be the another effect? Cash increases, correct? Cash increases. So 20,000 will be here increasing and 20,000 here decreases because no more debtors or no more debtors is there in my books of accounts. So ultimately both the sides my total will tally. 1,36,500 plus 32,500 plus 0 plus 10,000 is equal to 1,79,000. Now next transaction. See, I had again carry forward this equation into the next page. Why? Because to for the continuity of my equation. So here looking at this, you can see here equation I have written, and the same thing, same pattern I will be writing on this also. Same serial number, particulars, all thing I have to write down same way. Now comes your rent paid. Now rent paid rupees 1,000. Very simple transaction. Rent paid is 1,000 rupees. I am going to decrease, and same way it's my expenses, so capital also decreases. So I have decreased my capital over here with 1,000 rupees, right? So final equation will be 1,37,500, 1,35,500, sorry, 1,35,500, 32,500 plus 10,000 plus 0, and here also 1,78,000. So this way your whole structure is over. And last comes cash withdrawn for personal use 3,000. So in this case there is decrease in the cash and decrease in the capital, because drawings is not an expenses, it is reducing the capital. So decrease in cash and decrease in capital. So decrease in cash will be 3000 and decrease in capital will be 3000. So ultimately my equation will be set up as 1,32,500 plus 32,500 and it move on. Right, here it is 135,500. So that's why it has come to 132,500. This is 135,500. By mistake it was done, but answer finally is correct. Okay, so this way your equation will be set up. Now comes your fourth sum. Rohit has the following transaction. So in this, Rohit transactions are given. Commence a business with cash rupees 1,50,000. Purchase machinery on credit 40,000. Purchase goods for cash 20,000. Purchase car for personal use 80,000. Paid to creditors in full settlement rupees 38,000. Sold goods for cash costing 5,000 for rupees 4,500. And paid rent of rupees 1,000 and commission received in advance 2,000. So in this case we are going to solve it one by one. So here we will start with books of Rohit, and you can see here date particulars, serial number particulars, assets and liability plus capital is drawn. Commence business with cash rupees 1,50,000. So here also increase in capital and increase in cash. So you can see here our cash column is already ready, and here cash 1,50,000 and here capital 1,50,000 I have transferred. And then comes your next equation is set. Purchase machinery on credit. It is implied purchase machinery on credit means we have purchased on credit, so there is an increase of creditors. So creditors will be here, new column to be set up, and machinery new column is to be set up. So machinery also new column set up. So machinery and creditors will be new columns, and which will be introduced. The equation will be set up as 1,90,000 on both the sides. Then comes your next, purchase goods for cash rupees 20,000. Purchase goods for cash. So it is implied that they had purchased goods on cash. So simple. Now cash will be reduced 20,000 and goods will be the new column to be introduced for 20,000. So cash and goods will be here introduced. So ultimately equation will be set up on the both the sides, that is same way, 1,90,000, because 20,000 from cash decreases, but at the same time on the asset side goods also increases. Now comes purchase car for personal use. Now for personal use they are purchasing car, so that is drawings. So drawings will always reflect decrease in capital, and there is a decrease in cash. So both sides 80,000 will be reduced. Now this last equation we have to again carry forward to the next pattern, and that I have done. So now we will be moving towards that. So looking at this, there will be first paid to creditors in full settlement rupees 38,000. So 38,000 we are going to make a payment. So this payment is done 38,000, and here we have to pay our creditors, that is creditors of what? Creditors of furniture. 40,000 we have to pay. See in the transaction number B, we have to pay him 40,000, but we are paying him how much? We are paying him only 38,000. So 38,000 what we are paying to him is to be deducted from cash, and 40,000 we will be deducting from the creditors. So ultimately capital is increased by 2,000. Capital is increased by 2,000 because it is discount received, right? So equation is set up, same pattern, 12,000 plus 40,000 plus 20,000, that gives you 72,000. Now comes next, sold goods for cash costing 5,000 for rupees 4,500. Now in this case, the goods are of 5,000 which we are selling for 4,500. So there is a loss. It is seen there is a loss of 500. So first of all, what we will be doing is goods 5,000. So goods is a new is already 20,000 standing with. So 5,000 we are going to decrease. Then 4,500 increase in cash because we are getting ready cash, and 500 is a loss we are going to minus from capital. So your equation is again set up. 16,500 plus 40,000 plus 15,000 plus 0, and here 71,500. Then comes your next point, and that is paid rent rupees 1,000. So rent is paid 1,000, so that is gives you effect of decrease in cash and decrease in capital because it is an expenses. So we are incurring an expenses and we are decreasing our capital, right? So this way this will be over. But now we have to move on with the next part, and that is our last transaction. And under this last transaction we will be understanding that commission received in advance, right? Commission received in advance. So there is one minor thing we have to you just have to make a correction, that here on the liability side, commission in advance will be on the liability side. Here besides creditors, commission in advance. By mistake it was written on this side, but I was not able to correct that. Okay. And then when what is this commission in advance? Commission in advance is always increasing your asset and it increases your liability. So commission in advance will be on the liability side, one effect, right? And another effect will be it is increasing your cash. So here it is mentioned, here it should be here cash 2,000 increases, right? So it will be 17,500 over here, and here it will be okay. So this will be the scenario, commission in advance, then it will increase your creditors 2,000. So finally equation on liability side will be 2,000 plus 70,500, and same way on the asset side it will be increase in cash 2,000, 40,000 as it is, 15,000 as it is, and there is no changes in this. So ultimately your equation will be 72,500 on both the sides. So this way your sum will be over. So ultimately your equation has set up. Again I am explaining commission received in advance rupees 2,000. See, commission I had already, the work is not yet completed, but I had already received the cash of this. So that is the reason I had increased my cash. Is this clear? Then I have not yet completed the work. So I am liable to pay back money if I am not completing the work. So it is termed as my liability, means I will be liable to pay them back if I am not receiving the money, if I am not completing the task. So that is the reason we are showing them on the liability side instead of we are showing on the liability side. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. Right? If you have any query, you can call me up for the same.